Hey Jay, can I ask you a question?
Sure, Mark. Far away.
How come Carter's always sliding around in Deep Blue Sea?
Wow.
And how come Preacher has a bird in the kitchen?
I think...
Should Janice have won an Oscar for all that exposition?
Yeah, I
Who
mean...
did the sharks hate the most? How far did Jim travel underwater?
About...
Why do they keep calling Brenda Tower?
Mark, please, we've already covered all of these topics and many, many more on Deep Blue Sea, the podcast.
You mean the podcast where we analyze Rennie Harlin's 1999 masterpiece, Deep Blue Sea, chapter by chapter?
Exactly! Find it everywhere podcasts can be found.
Welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is Adam Clement and Norbert Morvan.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us,
fellow humans.
Well, thank you for joining me on this live episode of Movies, Films, and Flicks. I mean, we're going all out.
Oh, wow. Are we like live?
Oh, well, no. I guess, well, all right. I'm not going to edit this, so technically it's Saturday Night Live, where we film it live and then release it later?
Okay.
As a former communication arts bachelor degree receiver, thank you very much. We call this live to tape.
Hey, live to tape. All right, so live to tape. And so we've done a few of these. We've done Fast and the Furious. We've done the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And recently we did the Blumhouse draft. Bloomhouse. One of those two. And so now, yeah, I think Blum sounds right. And I wanted to get some different faces on here. And I wanted y'all to, watching this, Adam has done many episodes, Norbert's done many episodes of the Movies, Films, and Flicks podcast. So now you get to see their faces. They're pretty smiling faces that you've been listening to for so long. Look at this. Oh, I love it. Well, that's like the Salma Hayek from Dusk Till Dawn dance, Norbert. You're like drawing me into that.
Listen, if you want to keep this PG-13, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, it's like a wrestler intro dance. So maybe that's it.
Oh my God. The toast. Anyway.
No,
a lot of mercy.
So, wow, it's like Tarantino is here himself.
Oh, man. Hey, Pikachu.
Pika!
I got my Florida State Seminoles tumbler. I'm getting ready for this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The FSU, how you doing this year?
We just beat a number 5 team, but we're terrible. So I'm drinking from this to get ready to lose this draft because I don't think I've ever won one of these. So, yeah. Actually, my wife Megan just won our last tournament on Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook. She won the Horror tournament. That was okay. I have a quick question. So I loved her lineup. What was it about her lineup that made people really click with it, do you think? So she had Blackcoat's Daughter, Faculty, Stir of Echoes, The Descent, and Ready or Not.
Listen, Stir of Echoes. Wow.
I don't want to say it's a deep cut, but it's unexpected.
Yeah.
I was literally about to use the exact phrase deep cut. Yeah, because that comes out of left field, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what it was, man. That's an eclectic lineup. Eclectic.
Yeah, they're not super expected, and I think that's like refreshing. Anytime you see a lineup that has like, again, maybe it's a deep cut, maybe it's not, but it's like something I would not have anticipated seeing.
Absolutely.
She steamrolled everybody, and she went through some tough teams too. My scrappy squad lost.
What was the biggest defeat there? Do you think? What was the closest margin of victory for her?
Oh, probably like 7 votes. So
yeah,
she went to sleep happily every night, like wasn't stressed, wasn't worried about losing.
She went to sleep.
She lost no sleep.
She beat me by 30. In the semifinals, I lost by 30. So we did if you go to Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook, and if you're watching this on Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook, you know about our tournament. So we're talking about Megan winning the last one. And I just loved watching her team. You know what I like about these tournaments and these drafts I like seeing what people vote for because I'm in a movie bubble. I live in a bubble of movies. So I don't know what people like. And so I love these tournaments because I get to know what people like. I get to know what non-movie bubble people love.
And then you get the interaction and little debates. I always like to leave little snarky comments. Just take little pot shots at you from across the ocean.
From Korea? Pot shots from Korea? So we predetermined an order to go, and I got picked first. So I have the first pick. We're gonna do a snake draft. We're picking five characters from sci-fi horror movies. All right. So my first pick is from Critters 2.
You taking Christ?
It's the critter that loses its hair during the diner massacre. So, so during the scene, these critters are tearing up a restaurant, a la Gremlins tearing up the bar. These two bounty hunters walk in, and they just start blowing up the critters. But there's one critter that gets scalped. But it's such a perfect shot that no skin comes off, only the hair. So you have this bald critter, and then the critter looks into its reflection and goes, ah! It's shocked that it has like an opposite mohawk.
It kind of also had that cul-de-sac look, you know, that a lot of 80s TV dads would have, even though their wives were like 30 years younger than them. Yeah, that was cool. I like that. Okay, I'm writing this down. All right, so bald critter.
From Critters 2.
I need to watch that on YouTube or something. It reminds me of Gremlins, though, because it's like the opposite of what Spike. Because didn't Spike, was it Spike? The evil
Stripe.
Stripe, yeah. It's the opposite of that. I wonder how intentional that was.
Critters was supposed to remind you of Gremlins because it was just a total Control-C, Control-V. Absolutely.
Right. Well, when did Critters 2 come out? Because this was it early 90s?
Oh, geez, wait, that's a great question. I know Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, I don't have my phone on me, but because
that's what throws me off, because DiCaprio was in the third.
Yeah, the third one. Yeah,
he was still a kid, so it must have been late 80s.
Critters 2, 88, baby.
88.
Yeah. So
Critters 2, the main course. Wink, wink.
Oh, so there's several moments in cinema that I could write and retire on. And if I wrote this gag and then was the person who did the special effects for it and the puppeteering, I'd retire. Someone's like, Mark, you haven't worked since you were 24. Why? Well, you know that gag from Critters 2? No. But it's just, someone wrote it, because you know what I love? Someone wrote that. And then someone built the puppet for that gag. So that's creativity right there. A little critter no skin came off, just the hair, and then it looked at itself and went, ah!
There you go. I'm sending you that in the chat. That's it right there.
So that's my number one right there. Oh, you got him. Yes. Ah!
That's what he did. After he blew it off, he looked in the mirror. He was like, bitchin'. I remember that.
He looks like Gallagher.
To come on Channel 11 all the time. Totally. It's a baldy cul-de-sac, man. I'm telling you, I love that. That was a great movie. It's a great sequence.
Is that the best of the Critters series? I actually am embarrassed to say I haven't seen any of the Critters movies.
The Critter Ball is a rite of passage for anybody's life, I would say.
The first one, I find the first one to be the best because it was scary. And then, just like the same thing with the Freddy series, it gets more ridiculous as it goes on. You know? The Critter Ball. Yes, the Critter Ball. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's good. That's interesting because I always thought the series would sort of firmly planted its roost in horror comedy. So are you saying that Critters 1 it plays the horror straight, or are you saying Critters vis-a-vis the rest of the sequels is just more of a horror when it comes to horror comedy?
So the first one was leaning heavily into the sci-fi aspect because they made sure it's a bounty hunter, you know, from space, and his face turns into stuff. So that was a big deal, you know, and it was dark, man, because I think Dee Wallace was the mother, if I'm correct. So when you put Dee Wallace into your movie, you know, you're going for the truth, man. You're not going for the laugh.
Also, can we just say Dee Wallace as the mother in a horror movie is she's just one of the best.
Cujo.
So many. I mean, she was even in Halloween, the Rob Zombie movie.
Oh, wow.
I think so. Yeah, in her older years, as she's gotten a little bit thicker and just her eyes just get this dark set-in thing. Yeah. So at the time, because when she's in The Howling, you know, when Dee Wallace is in it, oh, hey, that's some credibility. Yeah. So.
You were waiting for that one.
Oh, I love it. I love the Halloween. All right, we're going to move on to our second pick, but I just want to say, I was at Walmart the other day, and I picked up a 2 Blu-ray disc of the Halloween. Howling. And the Fog double pack for $6 on Blu-ray.
Classic.
It said Scream Factory, so it's all the extras on it for $6.
Marbo. with
So,
Barbeau.
Yeah, the original, like 80. Oh, so
Yes.
good. All right, so our
Barbeau.
second pick goes to Norbert. You get to open up our second pick here.
Listen, can there be any doubt in a sci-fi draft who the first pick is for Norbert Morvan?
Until now, I guess.
Well, Adam Clement, if I may call you Clement, Adam Clement, you just got here, so we just met. But Hoffmeyer, who am I going to pick number one sci-fi monster all time?
Oh, Xenomorph.
That's it.
Okay, I'm glad somebody did it, and I'm really glad you said that.
Yeah,
That's it. That's not the alien, the Xenomorph, a.k.a. Acheronsis linguafoeda.
I really hope that was your first pick and you're not doing it because I got the wrong answer and you didn't want to make me feel bad on the video.
No, not at all, man. Listen, so I grew up in Queens, and my room, small box, and right next door to the bathroom is the boiler, okay? So the boiler absolutely looks like the inside of the tug that carries the Nostromo. Yeah, exactly. And then at night, it just...
That's scary.
Okay, my nightlight is not a healthy, normal color. It's like red. So I'm just at night.
What? That's terrible.
Okay, I see this movie. 86 is when Aliens comes out. 79 is when the first one comes out. So I get to a point where it's traumatic for me to see this thing. And then you read up on it and you realize, okay, your average 9mm that you buy at the corner store, no, sorry, it's not doing anything. Silicon hardened flesh, okay? So you need military piercing armor bullets. Oh, by the way, it's 8 feet tall, remorseless killing machine. Gonna kill your mom and then kill you. No.
In that order only.
In that order only. Exactly. Yeah. This is the most terrifying creature in movie history, okay? And then when you get older, you realize all the sexual rape stuff, unfortunately.
Very sexual. Giger, H.R. Giger.
That Giger, thank you. That Giger was trying to imply in the birth and the implantation, the fact that the face hugger is an ambulatory penis with, like, things on the back.
Oh, yeah. Never mind, like, the fear and just phallic nature of that, whatever you want to call it, the penis. But little, like, tendril fingers, those are equally creepy, if not worse.
Oh.
Yeah.
They just don't let go.
Is that why you used to wake up screaming? So Norbert and I were neighbors in Korea, and I would just hear Norbert, just yell himself to sleep every night.
That's right. They're not night terrors if they happen during the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When I moved back to the States, I couldn't sleep anymore because I was used to someone from across the hall from me in another apartment screaming. So I had Norbert record it, and I put his screams in another room just so I could sleep because I was so used to his night wailing.
The night terrors. The night terrors. Yeah, man. So, yeah. Particularly the first two, as all humanity knows. Aliens, two of the greatest movies of all time. Aliens, standard bearer for all horror and sci-fi going forward. In action movies, dialogue. Your boy Shane Black that you like to talk about in Predator, Hoffmeyer, you know that he was watching that like, okay, so that's how you write snappy dialogue. You know it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Perfect pick. I think my Critter is stronger, more iconic, but I think that's a great way to open up, Norbert.
I'm not mad at you, man. Listen, the 80s, you know that a lot of my stuff is going to come from the 80s anyway. That's how I get down.
All right, Adam, you get the next two picks, Adam.
Do I get to do my first and then second, or is that what's happening?
Yep, first and second, and then it's back to me.
Sure. So I wasn't actually sure about the 1 and 2 spots until Norbert set me up with a perfect layup here. So it probably ain't gonna win, but I have to follow that up. But my first pick would be David from Alien Covenant.
Oh!
And I would say this because everything that Ridley sort of established, right, the anxieties of aliens and claustrophobia in the first movie, and of course the horrors of capitalism with, what happens to the crew. I think David is a perfect microcosm for, like, obviously our anxieties about AI and robots as they're slowly taking over. But, again, it's just such a perfect God complex because that's what's happening. And for better or worse, you don't just have the enemy being the alien. Right, that's scary. We all know what that looks like. But I think it's precisely for that reason that we're sort of introduced to this new threat, which is far scarier, in my opinion. It's something that's not only sentient, but I would argue even smarter than us, which is why you get him to sort of manipulate characters. And you see flashes of this in Prometheus, of course, when he, spoiler alert, I guess I'll say, sort of impregnates the one guy with the, he slips that specimen into his drink, because he is playing God, right? He wants to see what happens when humans and this specimen come to be. So I don't know. I just think as sort of wayward as the movie is, I think I prefer Prometheus. That might be the hot take here. But in Alien Covenant, yeah, I think David's a wonderful villain. I think he's fantastic.
It's a mean ending too, and that took some
very,
guts,
that's a
right?
great point. That's a great point. Those movies are very cruel. They're bleak. They're incredibly bleak. Nobody really gets out. Well, I don't want to say nobody. The endings are bleak. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I dig it. That's a good pick, and I would like to see further adventures of David. I love that character.
I would too, and I think we were lucky. I consider us lucky to have Covenant go the way it did, because Prometheus set something up that was really cool. And by the end of it, you're like, well, what do they do now? She goes off with its head and I think in a bag or something like that.
At the end of Prometheus, yeah.
Yeah, it was nice to see a follow through on the David character, and I would love to see more of that. I know Ridley's always in a perpetual state of trying to push the next story idea through, and that's sort of a development hell. But yeah.
That man refuses to die before he releases another at least 4 Alien movies. That's what he wants.
He makes them so quick. Everyone knows how he works. He makes 3 movies in a year. I don't know how he does it, because people who work with him know what he wants. So that's why he can knock him out.
Is it Ridley? It's Ridley who's trying to work with Joaquin on the Napoleon movie.
Yeah, they're doing that. But he'll finish that in 3 weeks.
He probably will.
He shot Exodus, Gods and Kigs in, 3 days?
It seems like it. Well, what you're saying about David, I mean, I did enjoy the way that Fassbender brought it to that role, man. It's dark, it's creepy, it echoes Bishop. Mm-hmm. The first time you see him in part 2, is he going to be a good guy? Because the coolest thing about Bishop in Aliens is that, okay, he's an android, he's a bad guy. We just saw androids in the first one. Then Bishop flips it. And then David comes, wait a minute, Bishop was a good guy. And at first, David is cool.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, you know what? Yeah, slip you this.
But I also think, and that's a great point, because you're not sure what to make of him. We've had robots that were good, we've had robots that were bad. But when we're introduced to David, we do, I think, get way more than a typical sci-fi movie might give us for exposition, because it's about Wayland's dream, right? And the God complex, who created us and all that. So I think to put a pin in it, he becomes bad as we know it because of that curiosity. He's genuinely a scientist. He's experimenting. He's playing with human lives, but I'm not necessarily certain that it's for the evil ends. I think it's an android's idea of what God is, right?
Well, there's a throwaway line in Aliens when the Paul Reiser character is talking to Bishop. He's telling him, apparently her android malfunctioned. Oh, really?
Right.
What kind was it? Oh, the Hyperdyne A2. Oh, those were always a bit twitchy. And then, as Prometheus goes into Covenant, when the next guy comes, the Fastbinder 2, Electric Boogaloo, and he tells him, yeah, you guys were a little bit weird. They took all the emotions away. And then you're like, okay.
Yeah, that's deep. That's a good cut.
I've been watching those, baby. That's my series.
So before you get to sorry, Norbert.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before you get to your second pick, I just want to say when Fassbender Logan Marshall Green in Prometheus, that made me think about how I just made I didn't make her, but Megan watched Upgrade recently with me with Logan Marshall Green. She loved it. I loved that. So I was so happy because I love Upgrade, and Megan watched it. She loves it. So
underrated movie, dark ending.
Oh, so mean. STEM.
Okay, well, all right. I'll stop you there because I do want to see it, and I know I'm really slacking on that one. But did I read right that they actually were looking to develop a sequel?
Whoa!
I hope.
Me too.
I hope so because honestly, that's what they were reaching for in that RoboCop reboot. Which hard strange take here. Not as bad as a lot of people give it.
Okay.
RoboCop reboot is the bad version of the Upgrade movie, quite honestly.
Wow.
Okay.
And you're a huge 80s Verhoeven guy, so that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the actor King Cannon.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Joel Kinnaman.
Yeah.
Thank you. Joel Kinnaman's good playing the character of Murphy. He definitely brings an updated sensibility to it, because it's not just manly man. Because Alex Murphy in the Verhoeven one was manly man. Kinnaman, he's been through the Iraq War. He's got the potential PTSD. All of the actors support him really well. It's good. It's definitely good. And then there's the military-industrial complex angle that they throw in there. I like that.
And his barbecue rib eating in Suicide Squad was second to none. I just have to say.
I was waiting for something like that.
Norbert drops this amazing point, and then I bring up something stupid. That's the way it goes.
Completely out of left field. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he does in the second go of Suicide Squad.
Your second pick, Adam.
Sure. So this was originally my first, but like I said, I think Norbert derailed that for the better. I'm going to go with Connell Cochran from Halloween 3.
Ooh.
So I'll justify that for anybody who's not familiar. So this is, of course, a reference to the Halloween movie without Michael Myers, which gets a lot of hate unfairly. But I think anybody who's able to get past the title and sort of give it a try and assume it's a horror movie by any other name is probably going to come out pretty delighted. I actually showed it to a friend who
Season of the Witch
seen it before and really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, I would encourage anybody who hasn't seen it to check that out. But the villain, try to avoid spoilers here, but Connell Cochran, just Stonehenge, like what? And just the cruelty of the plot. So we talk about that with Prometheus and Covenant, but like few movies go where this one does in terms of killing certain people. I'll put it that way. So that one puts him at 2 for me. I just think he's a wonderful and wonderfully acted role too.
There's child death in that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to try to skirt that, but basically that's what I'm referring to. They're dying in horrible ways, which, again, I know we're sort of getting into spoiler territory, but even us saying it doesn't even broach sort of the visuals that are sort of ingrained in anybody's brain after seeing this. It's very gruesome and very awesomely practical, too, right? Of course, this is the 80s. So.
It was made in the 80s, so we can spoil it. I feel like the spoiler banner, right?
Yeah, I mean,
if the movie's 40 years old, yeah.
Quick tangent, real quick. I love this releasing each week. The boys release one episode each week because people binge watch a show in a day, then articles come out the second day after the series has come out. Could you believe that ending? And you're like, well, no, I haven't even gotten to it. Like,
yeah, you're a jerk.
Give me go to the weekly releasing. That gives me something to look forward to, and I don't get articles the next day. All right, sorry.
Agreed.
All right, sorry. I love it.
Listen. To your credit, Mark, you've taken this really emotionally. There was child murder. You were taken aback by that, brother. That hit you in the feels.
Watch that when you're young. Why? Like when you're young and because all right, think about this. A lot of horror movies that we watched when we were older, it was randy teenagers. It was older people, and it wasn't teenagers named Randy. It was sexually promiscuous.
No, I got you. Plus one for the 1950s use of the word Randy. +1.
And so the movies like It or I'm gonna say it, I'm Scared Stupid or Halloween 3, where children are attacked. Those hit me because that related to me, like the people under the stairs, right? Movies like that dealt with teenagers in trouble, young kids in trouble, always hit me harder than the randy teenagers being attacked. And then once again, that's teenagers who are sexually promiscuous, not teenagers named Randy.
Yes, Mr. Clement, I appreciate you putting me on to Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. This used to come on WPIX Channel 11 in New York basically every weekend.
Really?
Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. And I would just avoid it because you would see those kids in the dark walking in line. And I was like, nope, you know what? Because this is the 80s, a.k.a. the time of stranger danger. Come with me in my van, the very special episode of Different Strokes. So when I saw those little kids walking into the cornfield, growing up in Queens, again, we don't walk into cornfields. You know what I'm saying?
When you saw those, I'm curious, did you know even then that this was not inclusive of Michael Myers? Or did you know right pretty quickly that this was...
I did not know that this one did not have Michael Myers. I would just see the commercials and I would just see the marching kids. I should have assumed that the fact that they showed no image of Michael Myers whatsoever, that it didn't have Michael Myers in it. But I'm seeing that it's the old man from RoboCop versus the cop.
I dropped the ball on that segue. I'm sorry.
Versus the cop from Night of the Creeps.
Tom Atkins and his name escapes me, but Dana Hurley. He totally was in RoboCop. Completely blanked on that.
Okay, so writing this down. Okay, you got David Covenant and Conal Cochran. That name is dark, man.
They killed kids.
Mark's not gonna let that up.
What? Just get past the child murder, okay? Get past it.
Okay.
and I guess now that we've talked at length about it, I mean, I guess I can say part of it is also the fact that it could have easily just been this bleak satire of crony capitalism, right? That they're wanting to make money and blah, blah, blah. But it's not. The reasons are kind of dubious, but he basically gives one of the all-timer villain monologues that I couldn't begin to replicate, but it's toward the end, of course, and it's just about the festival of Samhain, or Samhain as they pronounce it.
Right.
Anyways, it's just, to Mark's point, it's a very dark, mean movie, and I think it's refreshing when you see them because it's not dangerous necessarily, but it just goes a place where a lot of movies didn't at the time.
They killed kids.
No.
There it
is. There it is. Jinx.
All right, Norbert, your second pick.
Okay, my friend. Are we able to do some screen sharing here, or is that technically not possible?
I haven't even set that up. I don't know. I can share pictures when I post this.
Okay. No, I mean I was going to share something with you guys during the chat.
Oh, yeah, do it.
Sure.
Go for
Just
it.
to give you a hint as to my next. This one's a deep cut. Okay. We're going to go back, gentlemen, to the 1950s for this creature right here. And it's a crazy thing. It's the start of the atomic terror. It's the first big creature, alien. It's the first big monster creature created by radiation. I'm going to try to share.
You took my third. I knew it.
Trantor the Troll from Ernest Scared Stupid.
Can you see it?
I can see it. I can't believe this. I knew we would probably run into like trades or the same ones, but it's the same rank for me. There's literally a third one.
What's that noise, Software? Where is that coming from? What kind of creature creates something like this?
Them darn.
That's right, baby. You know what it is.
What?
Yes.
Sweet cheese. That's an ant the size of a Cadillac, baby. Yes. Them, my friends. Them. Yes.
Okay, now I feel a little bit better. You had me there for a second.
Yes, my friend. 1954's Them.
Oh, it's perfect.
Okay. The giant ants. That's my pick. My next pick.
Oh,
the giant ant.
Wow.
That's a good cut. That's a good one.
That's such an excellent. I mean, I remember watching that in college and film school, and I just adored that movie, and it got me into the 1950s radiation age, like the movies of that time.
That's right. Listen, there is a thing, okay? After the unfortunate atomic bombing of Japan twice, the fear within the United States after that, those movies came out, because remember, World War II ends 1945. These movies start coming out less than 10 years later. Like, what's the deal with this atomic thing again? It does what to you? So now there's a giant ant that comes out of the desert where they've been testing the bombs, and it's coming for you. And watch when I describe it this way. They find a little girl who is silent and catatonic after some horrific traumatic event has killed everyone around her. She's discovered by government/police soldiers, and she tells them what happened, and then they send in an army to try to kill them all. What movie is that?
Aliens?
Exactly. That's the plot of this movie.
I got it right!
That is the plot of Them.
Wow.
So James absolutely saw this, because it starts off with the little girl just walking around like, I'm in the zone. What just happened to me? Oh my God, that party was a rager. Yeah.
I love it.
So, and after this, then giant creatures mutated by radiation just start to tumble down. Tarantula, you mentioned. So that's my pick. The ant.
I love it. All right, now this one I don't need to make any caveats because
Nope.
I like Carolyn Fry from Pitch Black, played by Radha Mitchell. I think her character. I'm taking that. That's my second pick because I think Radha Mitchell's been in some excellent horror films. She was in The Crazies, Rogue, Silent Hill. When I remember watching this movie back when I was a junior in high school, and I'm not going super old with this. I'm really not, but I liked her more than Riddick because she's the one who made the choice to let everybody go. She killed a ton of people. That was her choice. And then I like also Cole Hauser's in it. I like Cole Hauser. But
Yeah, he's dope.
I was actually listening to Too Fast, Too Furious commentary, and John Singleton loved him, man. I miss John Singleton. Never mind. But
Yeah.
I like how
Rest in peace.
I like how she earns Riddick's respect through the movie. And like a lot of the decisions go through her. And I think it's kind of a really cool sleeper character. And when I was researching this movie, I learned that there's a lot of articles about Carolyn Fry out there just saying like she's the hero of Pitch Black. She's the one who earns his respect. And she actually gets a character arc. She goes from kind of coward to leader. And yeah, she dies. She has like atone for her sins. Like that kind of trope in that movie. Also, Keith David gets killed. That's BS. But I don't know. I know
how we feel about Keith David in this podcast.
Yes, we do. And I don't know. I like the character. I think she was very refreshing in the fact that she wasn't like this super uber tough, like
Hamilton type.
she was just had a character arc, and I don't know. I dig Pitch Black. I like the world that created. It's so simple, and I think she's been in some really underrated horror work. So I just had to promote Radha Mitchell because I think she's been crushing it for a while, and I love the Crazies remake. So I'm dropping her.
I was going to choose those creatures, and then I changed my mind. But yeah, that movie is super underrated.
Oh, it's beautiful looking. So we covered it on the podcast, Megan and I, and we loved researching it, listening to the commentaries, and I adore it. Like Breck Eisner crushed it. So for my second pick, this is dumb. I'm going to lose, but I had to pick. Okay, so we all love Friday the 13th, so I'm going to take Sergeant Elijah Gulliver Brodsky from Jason X. Now, Jason X goes to space, right?
Yeah.
Now, Jason X goes to space.
Jason effing Voorhees, yeah.
So you can say there's science fiction there. Now, I just love this. I love this part. He's like, it's going to take more than a poke in the ribs to put down this old dog. Yeah, that ought to do it.
Yeah, that ought to do it.
And then he comes back in a super
I was going to
suit.
say that's not even it.
He comes back in a super suit and just brawls Jason he goes head to head with Mecha Jason, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, he intercepts Jason and takes him into Earth's orbit and burns up. This guy is an underrated horror hero. I'm a big fan of the actor, Peter Mensah. I think he's excellent. And I think Brodsky, I like underdogs. And this guy in this movie, I think he got the tone of the movie. He understood it perfectly. But I don't know, I dig it. He went on the offensive against Mecha Jason and ended up saving the day. And listen, I understand why people hate Jason X. It took about 10 years to grow on me. It really did. When I first watched it, I was like, what?
I'm imagining that quote on the DVD art. It took 10 years to grow on me, but here we are.
I love it. I love it now. But yeah, Brodsky, he's underrated. He is an underrated horror hero.
He's basically the good version of Jason. He doesn't die.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well
played.
He probably lived in the sort of burning up in the atmosphere.
Word. He's in the water right now, just regrowing, regenerating.
That would make me so happy. And also, listen, with the tone of Jason X, like, this really sucks. Or when she gets her sucked out of that thing.
Sucks on so many levels.
Yeah, this sucks on so many levels. And then also when he's like, yeah, that ought to do it. Like, you got to get on that wavelength of that movie. It's a cheeky little thing. So
this is what you deal with though with the Jason movies. The one with George McFly, that one exactly. The one with George McFly starts to get it starts to get into that comedy tone that they bring into Jason X. I have always liked Jason X from the jump because it's the distillation of the whole thing. It's the Cabin on the Woods version of Friday the 13th. They're poking fun at all the tropes. Hi, we're girls. We want to have premarital sex and do drugs. You know?
When he just slams her.
Yeah. But Brodsky was on it the whole time, stay focused, stay clear. He was good at planning. He didn't want to just murder everything moving. But the guy, unfortunately, I think the professor guy ended up greasing him with money. And so that led to his downfall. Yeah.
No, but the thing is, they killed Jason. Remember when he said, he's like, I'll pay you to not do it. And then he talks to his Marines. He's like, nah, we're going to kill him. And so the first time they see, sorry, Adam, the first time they see Jason, they unload on him. Like they try to kill him. Like so he doesn't fall prey to corporate BS. Like Brodsky knows what's up. Right. And Brodsky, he needs more respect. So if you're watching this, Brodsky.
Well played, sir. Well played.
It's dumb, but I had to do it. And Adam and I actually talked about it on the podcast. So go back about 100 episodes and you'll hear our.
That was so long ago. I feel like.
Yeah, go back 100 or 150 episodes and you can listen to Jason X. It's a good episode.
Hey,
it's fun.
You stop saying things that you say are stupid. You are the salt of the earth. You will never know that you're my hero. You are the wind beneath my wings.
Aw, I'm blushing.
There it is. There. Do you see?
A single tear.
One.
Yeah.
That's acting. That's Oscar worthy.
Oh, I love it. All right, so it is Norbert. It's back to you for your third pitch.
Okay, so I've taken the Xenomorph. I've taken the Sci-Fi ant. That is the first ever radiation monster movie. And now I am going to go. Oh, right. I gotta take it because it's a draft. Okay. Going Brundlefly.
Oh, yeah, I love some good old Cronenberg body horror.
Yeah. The Fly, I'm going Brundlefly. The reason why? He's a dark guy. You see how I made all that rhyme?
That was a big old rhyme right there. I love
it. Okay, so 86, The Fly comes out. Gina Davis was like, wait a minute, she's super hot, and it's not Fletch. Okay. On top of that, he starts off, he's punching walls to death with his bare hands. He's eating all the sugar that he can find. And then he just turns into a gnarled thing. It is creepy. It is dark. This is around the time of the AIDS, that being brand new. Mm-hmm. So you have that fear of there is something inside of me that's changing me, that's killing me. I don't understand. I don't know what it is. And for what it's worth, he went in it with the road to hell being paved with good intentions. Mm-hmm. It's not a bad guy, okay? And he's trying to separate himself from the corporate world, from the scumbags who would just bring him down. He's got an idea. He wants to change the world for the better. That's it. And as soon as he gets interfered with by the corporate world, by even Jesus Christ, she used to just write for Omni magazine. And just pulls him into a world of darkness. So, yeah, I go with Brundlefly. Also, he sticks to walls and vomit drop.
And
that's dope.
Snaps arms.
So rough to watch in those movies.
That's a great arm wrestling scene, huh?
Oh gosh, I forgot about that too.
The whole movie is practical effects. None of it looks terrible now.
Yep.
It holds up.
It holds up really well. It's dark.
It's a gnarly pick. But you've talked about the Brundle a lot.
The Brundle is a man. He was on the basketball team, too,
he
right?
was. He was spitting on the court and everyone's slipping.
I also want to point out there was another missed segue between the David Cronenberg cameo and Jason X.
Oh, yeah. He gets speared.
That's right. Well done. Yes. Yeah, he took a bad one. And kudos, +1 dexterity and agility for that aim right there.
Yeah.
Jason.
Hey, since you got that right, can you do the dance that Crispin Glover did in the Friday the 13th, part 5?
4. Oh, wow. That's pretty close. Yeah,
Thank you. So, if you're listening on the podcast, Norbert just recreated Crispin Glover's dance from Friday the 13th, part 5, I believe.
That's really good.
That was beautiful. Oh, that was beautiful.
I used to watch that. Channel 11 WPIX. There has to be a documentary on that station.
Oh, I love it. All right, you're up next. You got 2 picks, Adam.
Okay. Well, I had a premature reaction to Norbert's pick on them, and I think I've maybe given my answer a bit early, but I want to.
Can I guess?
Sure.
Matthew Broderick from 1998 Godzilla.
I'm gonna hang up this phone. No way.
I guess that's one way to introduce it now. It's a pretty basic pick. It is Godzilla from the original 54 film, but Norbert, you'll know this before I do because you seem pretty confident in your statement earlier. They both came out, them and Godzilla in 54. Which won the race? Was them really the first?
Well, American.
Yeah,
I would say it's the first. It's the first American atomic mutation creature movie.
That's a fair distinction. Yeah, and I think the only reason I really felt obligated, despite it being a very obvious choice, was that it is. And Norbert, you said it yourself, sort of a perfect symbol of nuclear holocaust, right? Like the terror of the bomb was certainly different in Japan than it was for the States, and I think,
totally.
Man creating the bomb, Godzilla being this avatar of nature's revenge on man. And I don't know. I just think there's something so classic about that you could probably say reverberates into stuff like Alien and Aliens. But yeah,
journeying into the unknown, absolutely, and unleashing something that you cannot control,
and unintended consequences too. I mean, this was something that, as I understand the lore, was he was around for however many years in waiting and dormant, but was disturbed by a hydrogen bomb. So he comes out and he's got all these powers, and he's basically a walking bomb himself. So. Yeah, I think it fits in squarely with all the post-war anxieties, especially in Japan. I mean, gosh, talk about a place that was completely devastated by, that in a way that the States weren't, right?
In a way that no one in human history has ever been attacked. Right. These people rise up from that and then turn it into art.
Yep.
And turn it into art that has transcended even the radiation monster genre. Mm-hmm. Because the radiation monster genre pops off in America in 54 in film with them. Clint Eastwood ends up being in Tarantula, like his first appearance. I think that one pops up in the 60s. Mm-hmm. And then Marvel Comics, 62, Radioactive Spider, Cosmic Rays, Fantastic Four, Nuclear Gamma Bomb, Incredible Hulk. It was a part of the zeitgeist in America and the world at that time, because no one had ever seen anything like that, and everybody's like, please, let's not do this again. Right. And then 63 comes up, Cuban Missile Crisis. Oh my God, we are literally digging fallout shelters. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Godzilla's a great pick, man, a great pick.
Yeah, I felt show stopped. You came up with a really good deep cut, and I guess somebody had to put the obvious one out there, so I'm okay with that.
As long as it's not Broderick, we can be friends again, Clement.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mark. Actually, that's the spoiler. It was really Matthew Broderick, and I had to change my answer.
Before you get to your next pick, I want to say that the nap that Godzilla takes in the 2014 Godzilla film is the best nap of the 21st century seen on film. It defeats the two Mutos, and then Godzilla just lays down on buildings, and everyone's like, "Is Godzilla dead? Is he dead? What should we do?"
No.
And he just wakes up.
Power nap.
He groggily wakes up. And he walks in the water all grumpy and swims away. It's beautiful. Oh, I love it.
I remember so little from that version of the movie.
I like the nap.
I appreciated the CGI of the 2014 one because Godzilla seems heavy, not big. Mm. Heavy, logy.
Yeah.
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse post visit. Just big.
Was it Emmerich? Who did the one in the 90s? Sorry.
Yeah, Emmerich. Yeah,
that one was very svelte. He also looked more like a lizard than he did like that classic Godzilla. So
and didn't take a nap.
To the credit of Toho, when they created Godzilla Final Wars, they absolutely took the Japanese Godzilla fighting against the Emmerich Godzilla and literally blew him off the screen. It was hilarious. And the Japanese dudes in the movie are like, that's not Godzilla. Get him out of here. Literally pointed that out. YouTube that. It's great.
And Shin Godzilla's good too. That's a very good
I was going to say, I hear that was sort of their way to basically honor it in the best way they could. And it was really good. I have not seen it, but
I love
That movie is dark and it's weird, the ending.
So
And the
good.
Godzilla that ends up popping up is creepy.
I have seen the designs, and I was really impressed with those.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
it's good. It's worth a watch for sure. If you're a Godzilla guy, or person, I definitely recommend it. So yeah, do that. All right, what's your fourth pick? You're on your fourth pick. Oh wow.
Yeah, coming down to the end here. So I don't know if I have too long of an explainer on this one, but I just thought he was a good pick, and I recently revisited the movie, and I've taken to it better than I did in undergrad when I first watched it, which was Tall Man from Phantasm.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
on the fence about this one because I was like, is he really a sci-fi horror movie? Is this really seems more maybe interdimensional and cosmic than anything else? And I actually did a really cheap like Wikipedia search of sci-fi horror, and Phantasm was on there, so I feel partially validated by that. But to the extent that I can justify or explain why he's on my list, I don't know. I just think he's an interesting character. He's literally just known as the Tall Man, as far as I'm concerned. And I like Angus Grimm. And yeah, it's just wild. He's a mortician, and he's got like flying, metallic orbs that drill into people's heads, and he's got an army of little Jawa trolls. It's just such a strange film,
Oh, I love it.
in a psychedelic way. So I think just points for originality there.
David
Yeah,
Cross calls it the Mandy of like
Yeah, I can kind of
the old school people. I mean, people borrowed from it, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
the sequels are fun. Sorry, Norbert.
It's no, that's okay. It's creepy. It's dark. I have never actually. I've seen again. This is another one. WPIX Channel 11 in the 80s.
Are you sure this isn't like a sponsored program for WPI?
WPIX Channel 11. This commercial would come on all the time, and I didn't realize so much that the head baddie was the Tall Man. I thought it was just that ball, and I would always get this confused with Hellraiser and Pinhead.
Oh,
Right,
gosh.
right.
I would always get these two confused. I've never actually seen Phantasm, now that I think about it. So this here, what the hell?
It's a very nightmarish movie, and I think that's what works about it. And you mentioned the sort of somebody mentioned the sort of your reference with Mandy, I suppose.
Mandy,
I
yeah.
thought it was really out there and really psychedelic at first, and for whatever reason, I don't know if I agree with that anymore. I think it's a more straightforward film than my memory sort of served. But to your point, Norbert, about the sort of Hellraiser thing, it does definitely have that sixth sense of practical effect gore. I think that maybe was tangential to Hellraiser's series.
I think that's because this one came out first, and then Hellraiser comes out after.
Okay.
Look at the people who did the special effects on it, and you'll see a who's who of people that moved on to some major movies. So the more the more I research special effects, the more you see the people who came from Waxwork, who came from Phantasm. Big crews came from this movie.
Yeah, and apart from the gore, I just think, and of course the Tall Man himself, I just like the atmosphere of this movie is very nightmarish and it's not like nightmarish because it's dark, it's dark, but it's almost kind of like a Nightmare on Elm Street where you're sort of not sure if this is happening in real life or if it's a dream.
Oh my God.
I love it.
Look at the description here. It introduces the Tall Man, a supernatural and malevolent undertaker who turns the dead of Earth into dwarf zombies to be sent to his planet and used as slaves. He's opposed by a young boy, Mike, who tries to convince his older brother, Jody, and family friend Reggie of the threat. What the? Where are my drugs? I mean, that's what this is screaming at me. Wow.
Right.
I got to watch this. Thank you, Clement.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so let's see. Is it back to you, Norbert?
It was Mark, Rada Mitchell, Sergeant Mitchell, and Jason X, and then Norbert picked the Fly, Godzilla, Tall Man from Adam. So is it my turn?
Yeah, I think you're on your fourth.
Okay. All right. So we have done the Fly. We have done the Alien. We have done them. Right?
You have a stacked squad.
Okay. Okay. Because it's a draft, I gotta go for the throat, man. Based on the 1938 John W. Campbell Jr. novella, who goes there?
Oh, wait. Are you going with good old?
I am going with good old The Thing, 1982. A
Wow.
sci-fi horror film directed by John Carpenter and written by Bill Lancaster. Yes, my friends, The Thing with Keith David. If we leave them out there, they'll die. Let them die.
Which character are you taking? The Thing?
I'm taking The Thing because I don't even understand what it is. Is it a cell? Is it that thing? What? I don't know what it is. It's a thing, and that's why it's perfect. It's just undefinable. It is creepy. It is weird. I'm going with The Thing.
The practical effects in that movie blow my mind every time I watch it. Just the head crawling, and I showed my students that movie, and they just lost their minds. Like, what is happening? And then you got good old. And you got Kurt. Yeah, it is. Yeah, he did Total Recall.
Okay.
And I don't know. You got Keith David. You got Kurt Russell with a big hat. Nothing gets better. And John Carpenter. And Morricone's score.
In there. Yes. We had to get a Keith David in there. We had to.
Had to. Oh man. No.
The whole thing with The Thing is that even when the prequel, right? The prequel where they find it in the ice. Mm-hmm. I love to do this. Okay. Get a bottle of scotch, put on The Thing, and then put on The Thing, and just put them in your player and just back to back them. And I promise you that prequel holds up much better if you watch the next one right after, because it's like you're watching one long movie. It's cool, man. It works. Okay. Now, yes, it's kind of stupid in the prequel because you're looking for the dentures because they couldn't steal the glorious and beautiful thumb blood cutting thing of the 1982 movie. And this is why The Thing is so weird, because is it by actual just like if I touch you, I pass it on? Is it in the air? Is it rubbing of the skin? Is it second base? How does this thing move around? It's never really clear. Just you're talking to Hoffmeyer, and then all of a sudden Hoffmeyer's just they're like, why, Hoffmeyer? I thought we were cool. I told you I'll give you that $5 back. Come on, get off me, dude.
It happened once, man. It happened once. at a Korean mud festival. That was it. Okay. It was a long day. It was a long day.
What's this stuff coming out of Hoffmeyer? He says it's mud. I don't know. He suddenly got 12 arms, a lot of teeth. I'm going to go with it, though. We're drinking. It's soju.
That's where I got it. Remember that night I went to a mud festival with Norbert, Adam.
Okay.
Everyone bought tents, and I'm like, I'll be fine. I'll just stay up all night. And it got really cold that night. And I tried to take a hot shower, and it was only cold water. So I got even more cold, and I needed to get some sleep, right? Everyone was asleep. So I went under a tube rental business.
There it is.
And it started raining, and I fell asleep under there. Then I got some weird thing on my leg, and that's when The Thing started.
When The Thing started?
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
And no one knows. Clement, how do you feel about The Thing?
Oh, it had to be on somebody's list. I just felt it was not my place to steal such a. I mean, that gets you like 5 points off one movie. So.
Because you know that I'm an old man, and I had to take movies from the 80s because that's all I can remember with my alcohol brain. Thank you, young man.
It's my second favorite Carpenter movie. I think most people would say it's their first favorite, but Halloween is kind of impenetrable for me.
So I can choose any character from this movie?
Yeah, any character.
Okay, then I'm gonna go with Childs then. I'm definitely going with Childs.
Do you have a theory about the end, or are you?
Woo! If you go by the Dark Horse comics, Childs ends up getting it.
Really?
Yeah, if you go by the Dark Horse comics, Childs ends up getting it. But if you don't go by the Dark Horse comics and you look at it, I mean, Jesus.
Neither one of them has it. They survive, and then they go and they open up a bakery in San Francisco.
McCready and Childs sourdough?
Yeah. Yes.
You're nuts, dude. Childs, I told you, make sure that the oven's at 350. I already put it at 350, McCready. What the hell's wrong with you? Why don't you stop talking to me?
I'm going to do a temperature test.
I told you, Childs, make sure that the sourdough has a certain amount of yeast in it. But goddamn it, McCready, go get the flamethrower. We gotta get it. I'm in quarantine alone for 6 months. Get me out of here.
That's the greatest moment of 2020 right there. It doesn't get any better. McCready and Childs arguing about sourdough. and a line of sourdough, and he's just walking in and plugging in the little temperature thing in each one.
Yeah.
Boop. Okay.
Until one of them. I'm sorry.
So I gotta finish
That
up.
was really good for the sound emulation.
No, and you crushed a good one. You did another sound effect earlier that was beautiful, and I forgot what it was.
Oh man.
Soju brain. All right, so since it's me, I'm not gonna do any classics. I'm just gonna do weird ones and lose.
Go for it.
So so I watched the movie Slither, written, directed by James Gunn.
Underrated.
I think it's really underrated, and I had to bring up Nathan Fillion's his character Bill Party, because let me okay. There's a quote in that movie where Elizabeth Banks, who's also really fun in that film, asks him, she's like, oh, what are you up to tonight? He's like, well, I'm trying to get my buzz on, but I just have too much muscle mass, and he can't. So that was I still quote that to this day. I'm like, I can't get drunk. I have too much muscle mass. So I still, and just the lines in that movie too, where he's like, my easygoing nature is being sorely tested, and
This is not that funny.
And then when Michael Rooker is like, I've been alive for 1,000,000 years. You think you can mess with me? And he goes, yes. It's just, I like how goofy he is. I like how he keeps fighting. I just think he's an excellent, fun character. I love the character. I just think...
It's a good call, man. It's a good call. Fillion and Michael Rooker in particular, man. Just two character actors. You give them the ingredients of a box of cornflakes, they're gonna make that interesting. Yeah. And Gunn is a great writer.
Yeah, just too much muscle mass, guys. Too much muscle mass.
That's hilarious.
And that movie gets mean and gross and gushy and nasty. And...
Dude, trauma. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, it's incredible to me. It never ceases to amaze me that Gunn got his start with Trauma, and now he's directing these multi-bazillion-dollar movies for Disney.
Seriously, because The Toxic Avenger, that doesn't hold up, brother. Let me tell you, for a myriad of reasons.
That's pretty rough.
Class of Nukem High. You can't watch these movies anymore without a laundry list of warnings.
Romeo and Juliet.
Poultry guys.
Oh gosh.
And then in that 80s tradition of turning highly inappropriate stuff into children's cartoons, The Toxic Crusaders.
Yeah, that was weird. That blows my mind. All this stuff, really.
Rambo had a children's cartoon, man.
Too much muscle mass.
Okay.
And I was with John Lazavath, who was the host of this show for like the first 100 episodes. Still a good friend. He's crushing improv right now. But when he heard that line, he looked at me and was like, Mark, that line was written for you. Like
for you.
We had a moment. We did. We just looked at each other. And like we just sort of like sonically talked to each other as soon as that line happened. And it just felt destined. I felt destined for it. So...
We used to just pound the soju and the makgeolli, so absolutely too much muscle mass. And I feel you. Excellent.
Mark, are you fine? Yeah, I'm good. Norbert's yeah, like everyone's sleeping. I'm still hanging out.
Too much muscle mass.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so the last one is. Oh man, so the last one. Okay. So
don't act like you don't have it picked.
No, I do, but. I just
Here we go. Here we go.
I have a lot of them. I have a big list, but I gotta go with Captain Miller from Event Horizon. Lawrence Fishburne.
Is that the Sam Neill?
That's Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay.
Yeah.
The captain. He's a captain, yeah.
And what I love about his character is, because I love this movie. All I ever do is push this movie. Like I'm like, Rotten Tomatoes has a new podcast called Rotten Tomatoes is Wrong. Like you got to cover this movie. I wrote about Paul W. Sanderson. I included about that. That's one of our most popular episodes. I adore Event Horizon. And, no, I can't say it. I'll say it when we're after recording, but I got some cool news. But yeah, so.
Nice.
I got it. And this comes down to what's a hyphen? 2 or 3 words, depending on on the way you break these up. But they're talking about how haunted this ship is. And Captain Miller just goes, we're leaving.
Yeah.
And
absolutely knows the history of brothers in horror movies. He's like, yeah, we're out immediate. No splitting up. We're not investigating. Time to go.
Yeah, we're leaving. And that just makes me so happy. And when Sam Neill's like, "You're not leaving. Join me for the party. Don't leave us." He goes, "It's done." Like, he's like, I'm gonna take this ship and I am gonna blow up. I'm gonna take the Lewis and Clark and I'm gonna nuke this ship into oblivion. As soon as he finds out that guy got the message wrong, hey, I think I kind of messed up some of the words. Like I got the words wrong. What's the word? I translated it incorrectly. We're leaving. Like that's
Wait a minute. Join us in hell? Oh, okay. Okay. No. You got the keys? Let's.
and it makes me so happy. And listening to the commentary, Paul W. Sanderson and Jeremy Balt do it. It's a really engaging commentary. And they just talked about how Paul Fishburne was just so happy to play the captain, like the no nonsense captain, but he's still cool. Like he's calling one of his crew members Baby Bear. He's not the captain that is like, I don't like you, Captain, because you're so stern.
Father figure.
Yeah,
he's a father.
He's like, I'm gonna get you, Baby Bear. He's not, you know when there's those captains that are just too captainy. Like he's not that. And I said that Fishburne never wanted to leave his chair. He loved his chair on set. Like he had his captain's chair.
Dude, there's a lot of standing around on set.
Yeah, and so
it seemed like the most impractical chair. The way it was dangling from the ceiling, I didn't get it.
Yeah, they hated it too. They built it wrong, and they also didn't like the hat that Jolie Richardson was wearing, which is funny. He's like, during the commentary, he's like, yeah, we messed up with that hat, but he loved playing the captain. And listen, in Insidious, when they find out that their house is haunted, they move, and then they find out, oh, we can't escape it. So that's my favorite. He does not want to be there. He's not going to go down a corridor. He's getting out of there. They're out of their league. He's looking out for his crew, and I think I love Paul W. Sanderson movies. I think we're leaving. That line.
There is something to be said about the brilliance and the technical skill that he brings to what would clearly be B movies 20, 30 years ago. Yeah. It's Clearly, he just gets an insane budget to make B movies. And other than the crazy stuff that he did to Resident Evil, a lot of them are at least watchable.
Yeah, I dig him. And even AVP. Like, I like Sanaa Lathan a lot. And she's
it's watchable.
Yeah, she's cool. And she becomes a Predator. And she becomes Andre Yautja. And I love the Predator fight in that movie. It's a smash 'em up. And
it's watchable.
And he never gets the biggest budgets. But yeah, I just love We're Leaving, because we're leaving.
Brothers on film. Finally, finally, doing what we would.
It never gets old, and I just hate how underrated it is, and it's just weird. I don't know how you watch it and hate that movie. I don't know how you watch that, a $60 million movie built on Pinewood. On the Bond stage, they built the massive orb. I mean, it's big, it's practical. They borrow heavily from Alien.
The problem is it feels like there are chunks of it missing. You can tell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, you know what happened? He had no time to film it. So they shot it. And then so this is bad. So like, let's say you and I are doing a deal, Norbert, and like I show you like the roughest cut imaginable first. Like, you're going to hate it. And so they showed this intense, bloody, horrible film to test audiences, and the audiences reacted horribly, so they had to cut out a ton of it. And Anderson says it himself. He's like, I should have taken out a few of those scenes. Like, I shouldn't have shown that to a first test audience, because it was a vision of hell. So
you can tell as you watch it, at least on the first viewing, you feel something is weird, but this is dark. But as you watch it over and over and over again, like, why did that happen? Okay, why is everyone constantly separated? You know, what's going on? It was weird.
Yeah, and so they suffered from big studio cuts on it. Yeah, and he learned a lot from it. And then after that, he started producing all of his own movies. So after the experience on Event Horizon, he said, I'm going to produce. So now
I do love that.
Yeah. So now he has full control over his movies, and for better or worse, if you think, but he learned from that film, and he's like, I don't want my stuff cut out that much anymore. So that's my final one. So Norbert,
sweet.
You got your fifth?
Okay, so I did Xeno, I did The Creature from them, I did Brundlefly. I did Childs. Okay. My last one is going to be the Matthew McConaughey dude from Reign of Fire.
That's such a Mark pick.
Denton Van Zandt.
Yeah.
London isn't burning, it's burnt.
Oh, I love it. If that dragon hadn't have eaten him, he would still be floating in the air. That jump was that powerful.
Listen, to your credit, you crunched the numbers. You created the algo. That was history's greatest jump ever put on film. and that's my favorite part. The psycho laugh. And then like he knew it.
Yep.
He knew it. To Valhalla I go, okay? This guy comes in, chewing the cigar. You get the feeling in your brain, okay, they're in Britain. The dragons have burnt the earth to a crisp. And now we see an American? Yeah, he's crazy. We're just waiting for him to snap. The whole time. You're just waiting for him to snap.
I love that he out-testosterones Gerard Butler by 7,000 in that movie.
Everyone. He makes sure to get the Brad Pitt Fight Club just shredded look.
Oh.
And then just proceeds to beat holy fire out of Christian Bale. He just puts him on the get out of my way, Queen. This gravelly voice. How does McConaughey not have all the Oscars? All of them.
Yeah.
Because he's so he's not always playing. He's not like Jeff Goldblum, where Jeff Goldblum has been playing Dr. Ian Malcolm for the last 40 years in everything. McConaughey is flipping it. He's smacking it, flipping it, rubbing it down.
The Beach Bum. Have you watched that movie, Beach Bum?
I've been meaning to catch that. He's awesome in that too, right?
Yeah, it's Harmony Korine. Like, that dude's nuts. And I love Spring Breakers. I love Spring Breakers. And it's just him and Key West being a lech, like very lecherous. He takes Killer Joe. He should have been nominated for an Oscar for that.
I saw that. Awesome. Yes. So when he jumps into the role as Denton Van Zandt, absolutely he's chewing up the screen. Absolutely, he's clearly insane, but he's got a plan, and he's not just trying to wipe out everyone that he works with, you know. He makes a great point. Yeah, you guys killed one dragon, you know, but we lost 3 of my men, and he's just like, you disgust me. Yeah. Denton Van Zandt, that's my last pick.
I'm going to toast that. I have some of his Long Branch whiskey in my cabinet. I'm going to toast that tonight, that pick. That's good. It's a good whiskey, actually, Long Branch. Wild Turkey.
I believe it.
That's perfect. It's such a Mark. You know what I love? As soon as you said that, Norbert, Adam goes, "That's a Mark pick," and that's a Mark pick.
I know it is.
Yeah. Oh, that makes me. Oh, I love.
From Asia, baby. Yep. Good love.
All right, Adam, your last pick. You're closing us out here.
Yeah, I mean, it's my 5th for a reason, so I don't have a long-winded thing, but I was thinking of just aliens because they're such a hallmark of sci-fi horror, and I was wondering about, you know, the ones that got to me the most, and, you know, it's not like ID4, it's not, you know, Mars Attacks, although those are kind of funny. The ones... Exactly.
Can I guess one that got to you?
Really good at Foley, like ADR work, Norbert, so you should
call me Jamal.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Is it Fire in the Sky?
How did you know that?
Because that murdered me as a kid.
I used to draw those aliens from Communion in elementary school. I swear to God. Once I saw that ad, just with the black eyes and the giant heads, did that creep you out, Clement?
Yeah, I'm just amazed that Mark guessed it. Yeah, so Fire in the Sky, and less to do with the aliens, I guess, but just the idea that it is kind of tongue in cheek because, right, we see so many depictions of aliens with these giant black eyes, but I think in the movie, right, doesn't it turn out to be like just a mask or a helmet?
Right.
And then you see their real faces, and it's actually even more terrifying because they look more like us than that, you know, classic visage. But, you know, again, it has less to do with maybe the aliens themselves and more to do with just the feeling of, you know, it's bondage, right? It's suffocation, it's claustrophobia, and just the needle and the, like, whatever the saran wrap thing everything about that sequence is just very haunting. So I think that's what propels the aliens from Fire in the Sky for me.
That's cool, man. That was around that time when they were trying to make DB Sweeney a thing.
Mm.
You know, you talking about it made me just want to barf. Like that I watched that as a kid. And I'm telling you, when he pulls that thing off his face and he's floating around and they're pulling him on the table,
Yeah.
I forget most of the things I watch. That was burnt. That has like it has like a condo in my head. It's like
live there rent free.
Yeah.
No, but it also, I think it has to do, and I hate the expression slow burn. I think it's overused, but it is a movie that doesn't have a whole lot going on, right? Doesn't not a lot of action going on in that movie until that sort of reveal at the end. So I think that's partly the payoff. I guess that's the word I'd use.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just sort of builds to that.
I got an
It's a
eye
good
twitch.
call, man.
I feel
It's a
like
good call.
I feel like Jake Gyllenhaal from Prisoners right now without my eye twitch. Oh gosh.
I cannot believe you guessed my pick. Like, was it really that obvious?
No, but so when you said aliens, I kind of thought, what's an alien that affected people our age?
Okay.
And then I it's like Sherlock. It's deduction. It's oh no, Norbert.
Yep.
Norbert just posted, oh gosh, of the scene from Fire.
Terrible. I just call it the Saran wrap. I don't know what it is. Nobody wants to know what it is.
That'll work. Yeah, that'll work.
I somehow just got goosebumps on one side of my body, not the other. That's what this movie does to me. Like, oh, a barf. No, I love our list. This is fun. So, if you're watching, I'll put these lists up on Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook probably a week after this video's out, just so people are like, oh, that's what they picked. I don't have to watch the video. So a week after it, after you watch this, or you'll see it on Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook, I'll put it up. Vote for whoever you want. I'm gonna lose, of course, which is fine. I got the Critter from Critters 2 in my first pick, but no, this was fun. And thank you for joining me, y'all. This was a great time.
Yes, it was wonderful. It's nice to meet you too, Norbert.
Saranghe, Clement, Saranghe,
I just want to say, before we got recording on this, these two bonded over Spider-Man voices from the 1990s, and it was impressive.
Christopher Daniel Barnes, baby.
Yeah.
Mary Jane!
Like I felt like, yeah, that was good. I felt like Total Eclipse of the Heart should have been playing in here. But no, this is good. So thank you for joining me. Anything you guys want to plug before we get out of here? Anything you've been watching? Any movies? I want to recommend a movie, a TV show, anything you got some recs for, real quick?
I finished Bly Manor. I thought it was good, but I would say if you haven't, just go ahead and watch Hill House because I still think that's Mike Fellingham's masterpiece.
Yeah, I agree.
I recently just went through a 14th go through of The Shield. Trust me, watch that. Season 1 to season 7. The emotional ups and downs. No good people in that series. Well, a couple.
Walty
But
Goggins.
definitely, just another day, and just the example of everything that was wrong with rock and new metal going into.
Oh gosh, I can only imagine.
Yes, because that theme song is incredibly obnoxious. Just another day.
Oh man, and so for me, I'm a huge fan of vampire movies. Like we did 30 Days a Night, Norbert, and I love vampire movies. On Netflix, there's a movie called Vampires versus the Bronx. And,
Oh
and
yeah, I heard about that.
I've been meaning to watch that.
yeah, it's really good. And what I love about it is there's some movies that rip off movies. This doesn't do it. This pays a lot of loving, there's a lot of homage to other films. So
I was gonna say it feels like Attack the Block a little.
That's what I've been reading.
It's really not. I'm sorry to say, I feel like that's a lazy
No, you're probably right. I mean, I haven't seen it. So.
I think people just like, oh yeah, it's kids and they're battling.
Sure.
For me, this is a Goonies,
Oh, okay.
type of film. And what I love is the people moving into the Bronx. It's Murnau, a Murnau group, the director of Nosferatu. And there's really, if you like vampire movies, they don't shove it in your face. It's fun. The kids are good. Method Man's in it. He's always good.
I'm getting on it then.
Yeah, and he's also in this movie called a TV show called Teenage Bounty Hunters. Method Man. He's hilarious in it. He's a bounty hunter in it, and he's making snacks and breakfasts and stuff. Like he's funny. I like having him around. But no, it's really good, and I think it's 90-something% on Rotten Tomatoes. It totally deserves it. I think it's been a little pushed aside. I don't know if many people are watching it, but it pays.
We get a bigger crowd.
Yeah, it pays. I'm telling I get really annoyed by horror films that borrow. This movie doesn't borrow. It just pays homage and really cool. So if you're a vampire nerd, I was sitting next to Megan watching. I'm like, that's the director of Nosferatu. I'm like, that's Lost Boys. Like they're watching Blade. It was fun. It was cool. And it's a well-made, really low budget, film. And I dig it. Also, oh no. Well, one of the actresses in it was from Dracula Untold, which is another fun callback. Yeah, so she played Dracula's wife in it. No, it's just all around good. So I recommend watching that. So, but this was fun, guys. I'll get us out of here. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Norbert Morvan, and for Adam Clement, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. Well, we won't see you next week because I'll probably put out a video in a month. I always say this in these videos. So we'll see you at the next video. But thank you very much. Bye.